Recently, some of our officers, along with community members and professionals, attended a seminar to learn more about the crime of domestic violence. The SPD hosted the conference entitled High-Risk Domestic Violence Training. Let's listen in.
Once a guy lifts his fist to his partner, he is now a batterer. He's not a psychological abuser. He has crossed the line into physical battery.
Well, what we wanted to do here is there's not a lot of training on domestic violence. It seems like people know about it but don't really talk about it or do a lot of trainings on it. So what we wanted to do is focus on high risks and how to identify it and how to give the victim the services and hold the batterer accountable.
I really see it as an epidemic. I've done this work for 10 years now, and it's increasing. And right now, while I personally don't feel like our numbers are increasing, the amount of violence and the escalation of the violence is what's increasing in each individual situation, which tells us that, you know, the stressors are really getting higher, which is escalating our violence, which is giving us much more potential for lethal situations.
And did it affect your relations with each other at all? In other words,
we have something like 2,000 to 2,500 domestic violence-related homicides per year in the United States, and we're finding that a number of those homicides, perhaps a lot of them, could be prevented if we had known how to intervene sooner in that case, and that there are a number of danger signs that are present in these killings, where if we have been aware that he was escalating, we've been aware that he had weapons, we've been aware that he had a heavy substance abuse problem, aware that he was insanely jealous, and a number of other kinds of danger factors that I'll be training the audience on today, we might have been able to step in more quickly to help the victim get to safety, to watch that house more carefully, to check him for any prior warrants that we could pick him up on, to be taking every possible step we could.
most batterers are not going to control every aspect of it. He's not going to control every aspect of her life.
The INVEST program came to us from funds from the American Recovery Act, and that was for a detective's position for domestic violence so that we could really have somebody to focus on these high-risk situations. If we didn't have the INVEST program funding, we wouldn't have a detective specifically assigned to just general domestic violence cases, going through reports and really taking another look at things to see what we can do. We would get the more critical cases, the more severe cases, just by nature of what we do, but nobody would be going over those daily reports every day and really saying, let's go back over this one, let's be more proactive about this case, let's take the time to re-interview this person, or let's see if there are violations that need to happen for other injunctions or probation on the batterer's end. So without the INVEST money, we wouldn't have a detective who would be able to do this full-time as the focus of their job. The other great part of the INVEST training money came from the U.S. Department of Justice to do a training program, the one that we're doing here today, to be able to give not just law enforcement, but the community at large these other pieces of the picture that we really want to be reinforcing right now.
We're talking about the importance of having a really strong, supportive police response to domestic violence, about the need for officers to take domestic violence seriously, to be prepared to arrest perpetrators and hold them accountable, to do their fullest contribution to there being consequences for the perpetrator, and to really take victim safety seriously.
We just want to make sure that, victims know that there are services available for them. Many don't think, oh, it's just another case, they don't care. No, we do care. And if you want the services and if you want to be helped, we can help you, okay? Yes, it may not be the outcome you want it to be, and sometimes the punishments may not be what you want them to be, but it's a start. It's on file, it's on record, it shows a pattern. So